Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 20th of February. My name is Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And this is a rather awkward camera moment because we're now having to look up. And the reason we're having to look up and the camera is kind of a different camera view is because you are so obsessed with your chins.
No, I'm not obsessed with my chins, Phillip. I just think it's a nicer shot.
And viewers just understand that if we look down, then his triple chin shows.
Well,
but if we look up, it
you know
stretches
if it came under here, you got a couple of chinny chins there as well, so I don't think I'd be too worried. Listen, age, it just changes all of us, including yourself. So
gravity really hit your head like an asteroid.
Don't be like that, Phil.
Dragging it down to the floor.
Mr. Brad Pitt over here. Tell me about it. Now let's just talk about the weekend that was. Let's get straight into it. Any more abuse? Or
no, that's it.
Phil, 6 out of 7, 86% clearance rate against an industry average
69,
of...
Gary.
Put up those towers and let's celebrate it. Phil, let's celebrate it.
That was the first weekend, Gary. That was our first weekend of auctions. Yep. Obviously, a kind of quiet weekend for us because 7 auctions is not getting our sweat up.
The calm before the storm, Phil.
How many have we got this weekend, Gary?
29 this weekend.
Yeah, so we're back in town big ways.
Seriously.
I'm actually happy to have a small offering last weekend just to kind of ease into it.
It's like, you know, it's like you go to a restaurant and just
that's right.
What are they called?
Appetizer.
Degustation, is that what they call it? Degustation menu. And this was just a little sorbet to get the
sorbet in between courses, you absolute peasant.
Yeah, the sorbet in between courses was started.
I know they don't really do sorbet at Macca's, do they?
Don't do. Well, no. I mean, no, not really.
Yeah, I suppose you like to have some sorbet in between your Big Mac and your fries.
No, but I wouldn't mind having it on those, you know, those beautiful desserts. You know, when you have the beautiful
McFlurry.
With some sorbet, you probably couldn't fit it in there. Phil, let's just talk about what's going on because we're not going to go through the auctions. No. But how about Elizabeth Street as an auction? We sold a villa unit there, 87 bids. That's pretty big. You would have worn you out a little bit.
So it was my first auction for 2018, so I was very pleased to actually be inaugurated back into the auction process that way because it just blew out all the cobwebs that I had, Gary, and no, it was a good way to start.
Sold for $925, Phillip, way above reserve and expectation, which was in the high 7s to low 8s, but just one of many of the great results that we had, so congratulations. And what didn't we sell? We didn't sell the apartment in Selwyn Avenue, pretty close there, Phil.
Yep.
Looking at $421 for that one.
Jonas is working at the moment, only about a 4% differential between buyer and seller at the moment, so no doubt we'll bridge that gap.
We sure will, Phil. Now, the other interesting thing about the weekend, I just want to talk about this, the power of a database.
Yes,
it was quite extraordinary. We talked about the sales meeting at length, but hey, when I looked at the sales that we'd made, so we made 7 sales for the week. 5 out of 7 of those sales were made to buyers who were discovered, contacted, notified through our database.
And it goes to a whole new level because Leon Gusenfitter brought it to everybody's attention in the sales meeting yesterday.
He did.
That he tracked the Governor-General's reports.
Yes, as he does.
The Governor-General reports for all of the sales in the City of Glenira for the calendar year 2017.
That's right, that was interesting.
He then cross-referenced them into our database.
He did.
And 80% of all properties sold within the City of Glenira were to people that were in our database existing.
I reckon his families with KGB when they were in Russia. They had to, because he's got that sort of investigative approach, hasn't he? But I guess, what does it mean?
Said with all due respect to anybody that is currently a member of the KGB.
Yes, you're our friends.
And it talks to how thorough. It talks to how thorough you are.
Exactly right.
If there's any members of the KGB that watch this show, because if you think about
this show's huge.
Think about it, they were all over the American elections.
Exactly right.
You know, they're probably watching this show as we speak.
They were here first. This has been going on a lot longer than the American election. Phil, I just want to say also, what does it mean to a buyer? It means to a buyer that if you are notified of your details, I mean our company's logged into our database, you will be notified about appropriate properties which you have bought 5 of 7 of the weekend. And it means if you're a seller, your chances are increased, Phillip, because we don't rely. We're not passive, Philip.
Well, Gary,
we are going out and making it happen.
We have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last few years investing into our database, and it's clearly paying off. And a bit of a shout out to Andrew from our office, Gary, who looks after our database.
One of the unsung heroes of the organisation.
Does an incredible job, and absolutely behind all of this activity are dedicated people like Andrew that keep the system alive and well.
We love when that happens. So the database makes makes winners of buyers, sellers and agents. Phillip, I just want to talking about spending lots of money.
Yes.
You did spend a lot of money on the logos. We've got some feedback.
Don't call it the logos, it's called the rebrand.
The reinvention
the
brand.
logo.
Yeah.
There's a whole rebranding exercise, Gary. I mean, I have to drag you kicking and screaming.
I call it $286,000 what I call it. But look, what I do want to talk about, Phillip, is the comments. $286,000. And what I do want to say...
Clearly you haven't got the other invoices yet.
Was that the deposit, was it? Here's some comments. Leon says... I think you know what I think, because I said, what do you think? And he said, I agree with your sentiments, although I love Gary Prin Associates. My sentiments. Having said that, Phillip, Simon has said the logo looks good, although a little bit like 1/8 Agent, which will remain unnamed. No issue changing your logo every now and then, or the big buy brands. Is it supposed to be big brands? Or have done it over the years, stay contemporary. So he thinks you've probably done the right thing.
Stay fresh.
And then Dan, who is in regional Victoria, has said he says that he doubts that our changes will cause any great income increases for us. Thank you, Dan, you're right. But what has attracted him to our company has been that we are more honest than most of the competition. I hope that's a compliment. I think it is. Anyway, good luck for 2008.
So,
thanks, Dan.
Not exactly the feedback that I was looking for, but the reality is, Gary, the new branding, whether you like it or you don't like it, as long as you're having an opinion about it, then it's achieved it's achieved that $500,000 that we spent on it.
Well, I walked in, we walked the dog last night, I ran straight into somebody and they said, oh, the rebrand looks great. So there you go. So that's one person that liked it, Phil, which is good. So it was worth it for the $500,000.
Your dog didn't lift its leg on our board.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But mind you, I said, what do you think about the rebrand? And the dog was biting and about to, and they said, oh, it's good, it's good. So that was the context of it. Phillip, we have a massive weekend coming up, but we also have this fantastic house in Murchison Street. Should we talk a little bit about this?
I love
this street, Phil.
Gary, let's talk firstly about Murchison Street, which is, not a lot of people know about Murchison Street.
It's one of the secret little, beautiful secret little treasures of the area.
It's an incredible street, and it's got houses in it that range.
It's got houses in it. You're right.
No, that's a good point. It's got houses in it that range from really $1.5 million all the way to probably $15 million. This is an amazing street. It's a great pocket. We're situated very close to both Paran and Armidale and Caulfield North. So we're in the vicinity of the intersection of Alma and Orrong Road.
Indeed.
And it's a beautiful tree-lined street full of beautiful contemporary and period homes.
There are.
And it's a street that people really try to get into and then stay for a considerable years.
I remember selling one across the Count Paul Grabowski, as he was known, lived across the road. Remember? And we sold his house to somebody who we know well. And I remember pushing them. You pushed them. Said, I did. Buy this house, and they went way beyond what they wanted to spend. So and they were upset at the time, but now they're happy. This
home, Gary, has got the most gorgeous facade. Okay. The current owners have really refurbished this home to beyond what would be required as necessary. The attention to detail here is unbelievable. The beautiful timber floorboards, the bathroom is stunning, and then of course you've got that incredible private back garden.
That garden is so private land and so lush.
Yeah, there's so much to love.
And north oriented.
So much to love about this home, and it really is a home that you can move straight into on settlement day and not spend a cent. Just get on with life.
And unlike many of the homes that we feature on GPTV, you don't have much time for this one. You've got to get your roller skates on and get over here, because the auction is Sunday at 12:30. So pick up the phone, speak to Nikki and Lamore, because they are the agents that are privileged enough to be handling the sale of this property. This one is the home of the week, Phillip. We can recommend it.
Speaking of this weekend, Gary, we've got a massive offering this weekend. I think you said 28 or 29?
29, but we're not waiting for the weekend, Phillip. We just can't, because we are doing a twilight job
this Thursday.
We are, Thursday night.
Come along this Thursday night, viewers. We'll have the coffee van out. We'll have the champagne out. Come and have a drink. Come and watch a twilight auction.
Exactly. It's like a twilight carnival.
Where is it, Gary?
Phillip, it's in Newstead Street. So not only is it a great time to come and have an auction, it's a fantastic home.
Gary, it is the most beautiful home. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and plenty of basement car parking for 4 cars, which is truly extraordinary. And this home is brand spanking new, Gary. The attention to detail here is incredible. The spaces, the finishes, the floor plan, everything about this is just magnificent.
Hey, did you go to White Night?
No, I didn't. I've never been to White Night.
I've been to White Night because, I'm kind of up and about at that time anyway. So, I'm quite happy to go out for a walk at 2 or 3 in the morning. But Phil...
did you go?
I didn't go this year, but I'm going to go next year. I've decided. I just want to have a year off. just let them mix it up a little bit. And, you know, I was busy this at 2 a.m. had other plans. Yeah, but I've got to say to you, 500,000 people or something like that.
Look, Melbourne,
how good is it?
Melbourne in summer,
yeah.
You've got so much happening. You've got the Australian Open, you've got White Night, and
the Grand Prix,
Moomba, Grand Prix,
the poker tournament. Crown.
This is a city that does that does events in the most incredible way. I suppose
after tennis.
I suppose we should actually, as homage to all of those things we've just talked about. Ron Walker recently died.
Great late.
And certainly Melbourne is a better city for the intensive involvement he had in getting Melbourne up and about.
And so I think the Grand Prix
commiserations to the family of Ron Walker.
I think it was the Grand Prix was very much his thing.
Very much,
yeah,
absolutely.
So, Phil, we got off track a little bit there, but I wanted to have a bit of white night discussion. Let's get into Saturday's auctions. We have triple auction action, 10:30 a.m. On Saturday. We're all out there working hard, Phil, although I don't think you've got a 10:30 a.m. auction, so you can go have a little sleep in. Why don't you do that? You deserve it. But, Phil, Jeremy Rosen's doesn't either, but Leo Samuel, Simon Rodolnik and I do. Let's talk about Simon's auction in Orrong Road, Phil, just up the road from here.
Apartment 6, we love it, Gary. This is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, polished timber floorboards. That's a good entry into the market and directly opposite the Armour Village. So you don't really need a car when you live across the road from the Armour Village and the tram in Dandenong Road. The trams, plural.
I'm quite in love with this home, and I think if you saw it, you would be too, because this is in a fantastic little cul-de-sac, and it is the most iconic cool house ever.
Gary, of course, we're talking about number 15, Trinity Court. I'm kind of jealous that you were doing the auction on this.
I know, I bumped you off.
This is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 car parks via tandem lock-up garage, but it is a seriously cool house. And Trinity Court is a great address, and you will have fun there, Gary. I believe there's plenty of interest in that home.
And so there should be, Phil, but it's kind of like back in time in that court. It's like a timeless...
Well, it's caught in time, very much really like your hairstyle, Gary.
Exactly right.
Let's move on to
nothing wrong with either of them, Phil.
Hodder Street,
no, Phil, we should be in Mackie Street. Have we got the brochure there for Mackie Road in Bentleigh East? Because that one goes at 10:30. Leo Samuel is auctioning that one, and Viv's been handling it. That's a fantastic home, Philip. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and 2 car spaces. Going to be at 10:30 on Saturday morning. Leo Samuel in his homeland of homeland is Bentleigh and Caulfield and all around that area. So certainly looking forward to doing that auction. Phil, we're going to be in Hodder Street. You're correct. I'm moving off to that one at 11:30, straight after my Trinity Court. I might have time for a quick coffee and one of the great cafes at Brighton East.
We shot GPTV at Hodder Street last week, as you will remember, Gary, and what a beautiful home it is. And that is, of course, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and plenty of off-street car parking for as much as 3 cars, and a showstopper family home with a luxury heated pool.
Part of the triple auction action on Saturday at 11:30, Philip, and you're going to be part of it as well. But so is Jeremy Rosen's in Inkerman Street, 6 at 14 Inkerman Street in Jeremy Rosen's hood in St Kilda.
Gary, this is a really good 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment. It sits on top of of a great Japanese restaurant that we've been to on many occasions.
Oh yeah.
And I've got to tell you,
what's it called?
It's matcha, I think. Or
yeah, it's Machi. It's Machi expensive and Machi good.
No, it's not Machi expensive.
No,
it's a really good.
It's a
really good restaurant, but the apartment is fantastic and just the most incredible location.
So, Phil, you can open your auction account on Saturday morning at 11:30 in Sycamore Street, one of our favourite addresses. Nicky Jano is going to meet up with you there for you to auction this wonderful home.
4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. This is a really good property. And of course, we love that address, Gary. Sycamore is really got all of the best on its doorsteps. Hawthorn Road trams, the cafes in Vanberg Road.
Spot.
And of course, Princess Park.
Triple auction action continues on Saturday at 12:30. Philip, my 3rd auction of the day, your 2nd. And this wonderful property we're looking forward to in Broadway is being auctioned by Leo Samuel.
Gary, he loves Elwood. A lot of his career was spent selling properties in Elwood. This is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. And of course, Elwood, who doesn't want to be in Elwood? Elwood's just one of those go-to suburbs. A bit like Bondi, really. People love to be in Elwood, people love to be in Bondi.
Elwood, Bondi, Glenelg, all of those wonderful seaside places, Philip. 4 at 506 Dandenong Road is going to be my 3rd auction at 12:30. I'm meeting Darren and his team there.
And Gary, this is a big apartment, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and plenty of off-street car parking. In fact, parking for 3 cars there. And that's a great apartment. You can move straight into it, or perhaps bring it into the 21st century with a bit of a makeover. But the size is what it's all about.
Oversized and well located, Philip. 12 Murray Street in Elsternwick. What a great location.
Oversized, like your feet. You've got very large... Viewers, I just thought I'd share that with you. He's got very large feet. I remember being in Thailand many years ago, and we went...
Couldn't get a pair of shoes.
Went shoe shopping, and you'd go in and you'd ask the shoes, and these gorgeous little Thai saleswomen would look down, and then they would all point and laugh at your feet.
That's right, they did.
And they'd bring in people from other shops just to have a look at your feet.
They did, Phil.
It's a bit like a circus, it was.
Well, until my son came along, because my shoe size is like 10 or 10 and a half. He's a 15. I mean, he's got like a flipper on his foot, Phil. So he made me look very little.
Nothing to do with the show, but I thought I'd just share that with you.
Yeah, and they're good. They're big, but they're good. Don't worry about that.
They hold you up anyway.
Let's move on to Murray Street, Phil.
Gary, really good property. We love Murray Street. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And Murray Street is just where you want to be. Murray Street, Elsternwick. It's one of the best addresses in the area.
And Glenn Bricker there with Josh Lebowski, one of our new recruits. A fine young man he is too.
Doing well.
He is doing well. We should have some. We should actually introduce our new people onto the show.
Well, we should.
We will. Phil, we've got triple auction action at 1:30. It keeps on going. I've got my 4th auction for the day. Your 3rd. It's all happening. And we're at 510 Dandenong Road in Caulfield North. Phil, you're going to be doing that auction.
Gary, I love this property. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It's got a lock-up garage. It's also got a 2-street frontage because whilst it's addressed as Dandenong Road, it actually opens up to the rear in Alma Road, which is really good because you've got that 2-street frontage. This is a gorgeous property. Got a bit of an Art Deco feel. Move straight into it or update at your leisure.
Phil, Madden Avenue, Carnegie, Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning. Jeremy and Leo are doing a bit of a swap of areas, aren't they? Because Jeremy's doing an auction in Carnegie and Leo's doing one in St Kilda. So we just go all over the place.
Our people go anywhere.
Yeah, they sure do. Take us through this one.
Well, Gary, this is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and a very schmick renovation to this. Loving those polished timber floorboards. It's a great property, and we love, obviously, Carnegie.
And we love Rip and Lee, Phillip. I'm looking forward to Quatter Avenue, which is that little quiet little street, little windy street, Phillip, that goes through from Hawthorn Street to Glenira Road, well positioned.
You say a windy little street, but we've had sales in excess of $3 million in that street. And when you own that apartment, you don't need a car because you've got the train station, you've got tram lines, you've got Attica, one of the world's 50 best restaurants.
You sure do.
And you've got just
and the Rip and Lee wine bar.
And that's a great little property, Gary, beautifully renovated throughout. Just move in or add it to your investment portfolio. It's a ripper.
A wonderful 1-bedroom apartment. Do you remember when that block actually was subdivided? Were you around those days?
Gary,
it was a Bruce Terry project.
I did that. I did that project. You and I sold that out. Bruce Terry, may his soul rest in peace. He made his mark on Melbourne.
He sure did. Philip, 2:30 is the close of the day.
It's rather sad here. It goes to show how old we are when a lot of our early clients are no longer with us.
Absolutely, that's very sad. Philip, 2:30, you finish it off at 69 Teak Street. That's the end of the day. You bring down the curtain. And what a big sad day it is.
Well, and we love property like this, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking. You've got a land component to that. You've got a gorgeous house. That is really good real estate.
Philip, on Sunday we have triple auction action at 10:30. We're starting Brighton early. We're going to be in Canrobert Street at 10:30. You've got the auction honours for this fantastic David Edelman built town residence.
Gary, and the current owners have given it a makeover and they've just done the most beautiful job. It was good to start with. Now it's just schmick as. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, and again, we're loving the position, walking distance to simply everywhere.
Leo Samuel and Daniel Rees also start off in Caulfield.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a moment. A lot of the properties that we sell, because in the areas that we're really well known, are just underpinned by great public transport, great parklands, and great shopping centres. So how lucky are we?
You just had to say that, didn't you?
I wanted to say that.
You feel
got it out now? Got it on my chest.
Let's talk about Hawthorn Road, Phil, because that's another great location just up the road from Einstein's Cafe on the tram line there.
Oh, Gary, this is a great property. Not many properties come with a putting green, and I've got to tell you that if you're looking for a property with a putting green, it goes to show it's got everything and a putting green. This is 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a lock-up garage, and of course a putting green.
Golfers. Enjoy. And for those golfers that are part of our business who support us in business, Philip, we've got this week our Gary Pier Golf Day.
And for those of you that didn't get an invite, we're terribly sorry.
No, well, if you did get an invite and you are a supporter of our business, just send us an email. We'll get you on the list for next year. If you're a landlord or you've sold with us, just come on board,
if
please.
If you like golf, then just get in touch with us.
Come on board and see how bad I and others play. Phillip, Hawthorn Street.
For somebody that plays a lot of golf...
I don't play a lot of golf.
I'm
once a week.
You've played a lot of golf over your journey.
How's it possible to get worse when you do something more often?
Well, that's the point I'm coming to. It's quite extraordinary.
I'm so bad.
I watch you once a year at the golf day play golf, and I reckon across our journey of our golf days, you have gone from ordinary to terrible.
I don't think I'm going to play anymore because if you go to your golf day and actually wipe out one of your clients by mishitting a ball, it's not good for business, Phil.
No, it's not.
10 at 222 Hawthorn Street is good for business because it's a massive apartment with a lock-up garage. You don't get that very often in Elsternwick.
Gary, you've got to love this one. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. The original parquetry floors that are just stunning. This is a great building and brilliant location.
Outstanding. 11:30 more triple auction action. Phillip, we're going to start you out in Glen Huntly Road doing your second auction for the day.
Gary, this is a brand new building being built by Knight Builders, who are a fantastic building company.
Sure.
2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 1 car space. This has got a courtyard garden. It's over 2 levels. It's a really glamorous property.
1 at 675 Inkerman Road, Phil. Joel Sir is handling this and I'm auctioning it for him. Take us through it, please.
Well, Gary, Inkerman Road, we love Inkerman Road and we love those parquetry floors. We love the polished concrete in the kitchen. I love the renovations. This is large, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and in a great location. Again, you've got Caulfield Park literally, 100 metres.
Yep.
You've got the tram in Hawthorn Road, 100 metres. You've got Glenferrie Road. I walked from Glenferrie Road down to this spot on the weekend. It was a simple, easy walk.
It would have been.
You couldn't beat that for location.
That's for sure, Phil. Rounding out 11:30's auctions is Kambrook Road, number 40, another wonderful location. Leor Samuel handles and auctions.
Gary, how blessed are we to handle some of the best real estate on the planet, not just in Australia. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. A stunning property with so much accommodation, so much to love.
Phil, you're doing 6 auctions on Sunday. You're going to be busy. I'm doing 5. I'm pretty close behind you.
Lucky I'm a fit
Lucky
kind
indeed.
of machine.
Well, don't know about machine, but we're going to be in Cromwell Street, Phillip, at 12:30. That is a great address. Love to look at this home.
I think you're lucky enough to be doing that, Gary. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 beautiful bathrooms, plenty of car parking, and Cromwell Street, just tucked in between the shops in Hawthorn Road and Caulfield Park.
Just around the corner again.
Just a great location.
Kambrook Road, Phillip, again in that great pocket. Daniel Reese, Leor Samuel.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Stunning property, Gary. We're really, as I say, just selling Melbourne's best.
Joel Sur's a busy boy is going to be in Marne Street, another block that we actually sold as a block.
We did.
To a developer that was also the late Mark Biser, another one who was a wonderful developer.
I'll tell you what, we've lost a few. Lost a few. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great location. Be part of the Alma Village Groove there. It's a wonderful property.
Just around the corner from here. Auctions the same time, 12:30. Phillip, looking forward to this one. Unfortunately, because I have my own auction commitments, I won't be here with you, but you get to auction this wonderful property that we've wrapped up in Murchison Street. Phillip.
And we love Murchison Street.
We sure do. Loving it. 2:30, double auction action. Phillip, at 1:30, I beg your pardon. 2 auctions at 1:30. 91 Eskdale Road. I have the auction honours to do, and I'm looking forward to meeting Adam Joskin.
3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking for 2 cars or more if you've got little cars. But that's a great property and beautifully renovated.
Actually, almost sung that 2 bedrooms, 1 bar. It's like a bit of a musical thing.
I'm quite talented, Gary, in many ways.
In your own mind, you are, Phil.
Yes.
276 Orrong Road at 1:30. Daniel Micmac is going to meet you at this stately looking property. I love it.
Well, Gary, stately you say, but it's virtually brand new because it was built by a builder for himself and his family, and what a great job he's done. 5 magnificent bedrooms, 3 gorgeous bathrooms, double lock-up garage, a swimming pool that's just bathed in sunlight, and it's a very glamorous looking house from the front. I love circular driveways, Gary, because it just makes a home look even more stately.
It does indeed, Phillip. We've got double action auction at 2:30. We're almost out of auctions. Had plenty. 2 at 63 Filbert Street. Phillip, you're going to be auctioning that one for Nikki Janover.
And Gary, what a great home that is. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking, lock-up garage. 2 cars can fit on that property, and that is a great property, and we love, again, to be in that location.
I'm very excited, Phillip, in Kooyong Road, to be doing the auction of this wonderful, beautiful, elevated apartment full of light, Phillip, and luxury amenities. Take us through it.
Well, Gary, this building was originally built by Michael Garfield, one of Melbourne's best builders. buildings, and number 33 has got a Frank Lloyd Wright feeling to its facade. So it's timeless, and the apartment inside is magnificent. It's a 2-bedroom, but could be easily converted to a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, basement car parking for 2 cars, and that building is really well looked after.
It sure is. We all converged to our final auction on Sunday, Philip, in Rosemont Avenue, a prestigious address if there was ever one. And lucky number 8, Rosemont Avenue. I'm not sure. I reckon this might have been the first property I ever listed in real estate. I was thinking about it now.
Well, you could think that, Gary, but it's not.
Okay.
So I know that for a fact. But it is the most...
It's not the old split.
It's not, Gary,
okay.
no. It is the most incredible home. 5 magnificent bedrooms, 4.5 glamorous bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. But look, that house has got a lovely feel to it. It
has.
Beautiful people that are living there at the moment. They have lived there happily, bought it from a really lovely family. So this house has got some real charm and character, and it's got a track record of happy living.
And doesn't get much better in terms of address. I'm liking the new brochure, Phil. I'm starting to get used to it. I mean, you know, you've got all these different pages, like their own little book, isn't it?
Gary,
it's very nice, very impressive.
I'm very, very happy with it. I think the branding people, which is Savvy Communications, did a brilliant job, so a bit of a shout out to them. Very good. Certainly, by the time we're ready to do our next rebranding, Gary, we may have paid off this round of rebranding.
There'll be no next rebranding in my lifetime, Philip, but good, all the best to you.
Well, I hope that's not the case, Gary, because if you said that, you may not be living particularly a long life.
It'll be in my lifetime, but it won't be in my lifetime here because I'm over the rebrand. That's it. You've done it. You've done it. Done it.
Do you know
it's
what?
very good, but
Gary,
done it.
As I've always said to you, I'm sick and tired of having a partner that is yesterday's man. That's why I will always drag you kicking and screaming into the current day.
I'll make a concession, and I'll be unreasonable. You're right. We will do a new branding whenever you like at your expense. So I'm prepared to do it because then you get to enjoy it all. Phil, that is a big wrap on GPTV for this week.
It's been a big week.
A big week. And what a big week. I'm exhausted, but I'm also exhilarated at the same time. I think I'm more exhilarated than exhausted because all of this auctions this weekend, how good is it going to be? So excited.
And I've looked at the weather forecast for the weekend. It's looking lovely, Gary. But make sure you've got your sunburn cream and your hat, Gary.
I know. I haven't got a hat. Can you get... I need a big hat.
Well, I'll get you a hat. I'll get you a hat. Although I'm not sure with that big Bundy head of yours whether I'll get one that's big enough.
I need a big hat, Phil.
You do need a big hat, but you've got to put on your sun cream, Gary.
You've got your Colombian drug dealer looking thing.
I've got a whole thing going on because I'd rather be alive. I'd rather look silly and be alive than look tanned and dead.
We won't have any customers left because you look so ridiculous, but still, you know, at least you're alive. You're right. Phil, that's a big wrap on GPTV for February. We look forward to bringing you all the news. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.